I could care less what side you're on. I don't care. If you agree with me, if you disagree, I'm not even going to put myself in this or that, but there is no way I could be on the left. Okay, I don't agree with everything on the right. I definitely don't agree with shit on the left. But after seeing some of the responses to such a despicable act, to a guy who just was sharing his ideas, whether you agree or not, this is a free country. It's supposed to be, where the First Amendment protects our right to free speech. And he was taken out because he was exercising that right. I mean, this is getting insane, dude. It's every day. And now it just happens to be somebody with some standing in the public eye, somebody who was on the rise politically. And again, I don't care if you agree with him or not. I don't agree with most of the shit he says, to be honest. But that doesn't mean everything he says is wrong. And that certainly doesn't mean he should have been taken away from his wife and his 2 daughters, who now have to grow up without a father, who now don't get an opportunity to make memories with their dad. I mean, that is insane. And then you have people on the left championing this shit, dude. It's disgusting. I'm so tired of it. And what a lot of people don't seem to understand is this actually began with the whole Luigi Mangione healthcare CEO killing. I mean, I really think that kind of set a precedence for things like this to happen, because what did the left do at the time? Once they were able to unravel it, they being the FBI, they found out who did it. Oh, it was something like out of a movie. It was like a fiction novel, right? It was one of those erotic fan fiction or some shit like that, where here this heinous act takes place in broad daylight. A CEO, a father, a husband was just walking down the street and he gets murdered in broad daylight in cold blood. And there's a manhunt that ensues. Who is it? Who is it? Come to find out, once they pulled the mask off, it's this young, educated, bright, handsome man who is then turned into this lion-like figure. He becomes an icon for the left. They champion him. You have women and homosexual men alike saying, oh, they want to sleep with him. Oh, he's my hero. Oh, you stick it to him. And that kind of rhetoric has been allowed in the mainstream and even pushed in the mainstream. That has led us to this point where now you have political assassinations happening simply because somebody doesn't agree with what you have to say. If you don't agree, you don't have to listen, bro. Keep scrolling. Pause the video, delete the video, block them. You know, if you don't like what I say, you can block me, big man. That doesn't mean you have the right to kill me and I don't have the right to kill you just because we don't see eye to eye or we don't agree on something. It's insane, dude. This country is going to hell in a handbasket quickly. It is terrible. And just for context, I want to show you guys this video that is just absolutely abhorrent. If you didn't think that the left is pushing this kind of narrative and actually the driving force behind heinous acts like this one, like the unfortunate assassination of Charlie Kirk being carried out, well, then go ahead and watch this. And all I have to say is, when the left tells you who they are, you need to believe them.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized right up to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face!
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station. You get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honoring our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not.
If you think we're rallying now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Everything that I've read, praise the Lord. Worship Christ with the best of your portions. I know I won't forget all he's done.
A win is a win. A win is a win. I don't care what y'all say. A win is a win.
Siri, please play Shoulda Ducked by Lil Durk featuring new artist Charlie Kirk.
Looked like the hate speech finally caught up with old Charlie Kirk. Sorry, Charlie.
I just got a push notification that Charlie Kirk was shot at one of his Prove Me Wrong debates at a university in Utah. I believe it was Utah Valley. And when I read it, said that they believe that he was shot in either the side of the head or the neck or something like that. Yeah. What is it that they say? It's not gun control. It's not common sense gun laws. What is it? Oh, I remember. Thoughts and prayers.
Keep the money flipping, it's all I know. Been in and out of prison for a while, I know. Grew up in the ghetto, thugging in the...
Charlie Kirk got shot and killed. How do you feel?
Happy. Goodbye.
Wow. Did you see that Charlie Kirk just got shot and killed?
That's good.
Wow. That's good. That's good that people are getting shot just off a political view. Good that people are dying in America.
Did you see that Charlie Kirk got shot and killed today?
Yes, I did.
How do you feel about that?
I don't really have any feelings about it. Who are you?
Charlie Kirk got shot and killed today. We're just getting people's opinions. How do you feel about that?
Girl, someone had to do it. And that's how I feel at this point in time. But
You know, I appreciate your honesty. I truly do. So you said someone had to do it.
yes. Try not to get all pulled up into that, but he was a misogynist. He was a disgusting person with disgusting beliefs.
So if you had a magical wand, a magical button that you could press and keep him from being assassinated, would you press that?
No. I think things happen for a purpose. And if that's how his life was ended, then that's how it was ended. So.
Do you know who Charlie Kirk is?
Yeah, he's a who I'm like, yeah, he's an you know? I wouldn't wish it to anyone, but I don't think he's politically be so correct, you know?
We're going to step away from this because you're just trying to... Well, you let him talk. He wants to talk. What are you? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him.
You know,
anyways.
I love the right. I love the right. I love all of you guys. Thank you.
In my opinion, I think they're going to flip it and say the other way. But I think the left has disputed so much hate and brainwashed so many people into doing stupid this. But they're going to flip it and see, oh, he was so hateful and he spewed all this hatred.
You're almost going to say he deserved it.
Yeah, they're going to say he deserved it. I've already seen people. That's what I've seen. I've already seen people saying he deserved it. He spews all this hate. And they're going to say because the hate he spewed, he should have gotten that. It's a sign of, I think, what liberalism has done to U.S. society. It's just led to a complete moral decay and decay of morals and just any semblance of humanity. Like, you just degrade people because of your political opinions, but I don't know. I don't have much else to say on that. It's just the same old thing every time. So.
So I'm going to be very fucking clear about this so that you know exactly where I stand. And I will say this with my whole entire chest. There are some people on this app that are sitting there saying, oh, you shouldn't wish death upon any person, no matter what side they're on. Fuck that. Fuck that. Charlie Kirk was a fucking Nazi. He was a fucking Nazi. And you know what kind of Nazi is the best Nazi? A dead one. Thank God that shit stain of a person is no longer in this world, and may his hell be being confronted by every single marginalized person that he hurt.
Dude, the craziest part is it's always the same people. Hand tattoos, green hair, spewing nothing but hatred. You are doing exactly what you are accusing Charlie Kirk of doing. Do you understand that while the left constantly parades themselves around like they are the most virtuous people to walk the face of the earth, they are actually some of the most hateful, some of the most racist people on this planet? I don't understand how these people are so easily fooled. I mean, do they not have two brain cells to rub together, okay? I really don't understand. Since when has it ever been okay in any situation or any place to take the life of another simply because you don't agree with them? Okay, so what? They said something you don't like. Turn and walk away. You don't have to listen. I'm entitled to my opinion just like you're entitled to yours. I never what are we doing? What is this? It's because of the nasty rhetoric that has been allowed to proliferate itself in the mainstream media and constantly pushed by the left and their talking heads, calling every young white male a Nazi and all of this, and people like this are not. What makes him a Nazi? Why? What? Because he speaks out against trans issues, because he doesn't want to give hormone blockers to children, and that's what he talks about. So that makes him a Nazi? Dude, what? What are you talking about? These people are insane. They're not okay. They are walking red flags. Look at them.
That is what is fucking wrong with you. That does not make me a bad person for thinking that bad people should not be in this world. So fuck that Nazi and have a great day.
I'm just really glad Charlie Kirk just got himself fucking shot, because he's right. Empathy is dangerous to society. So no one should give a fuck that he's dead. He said it. I'm just saying his words. All I'm doing is using his words. You can't be mad at me for using his words. I think empathy is a new wave thing and is very problematic. You right. No empathy for you. Zero.
Hello, Internet. I regret to inform you that Charlie Kirk, co-founder of Turning Point USA, was shot in the neck while speaking at an event at Utah Valley University. Please join me in this moment of silence.
Goofball.
Sick. Do you support his death?
I do.
You support his death?
Fuck Charlie Kirk.
You support Charlie Kirk being killed?
Yes, I do.
On the day he died, you're here at a vigil for Charlie Kirk and you support his death.
Do you support a Nazi?
No, I don't support a Nazi. Charlie Kirk wasn't a Nazi.
Yes,
You support his shooter?
Yep, sure do. It's freedom.
You support Charlie Kirk's shooter?
Sure do. He did us all a favor.
Would you shoot somebody like Charlie Kirk?
I would have killed him myself.
You would have killed him yourself?
Arrest
Okay.
him.
You have a job here in Seattle?
Nope. I take that for
Charlie Kirk has been officially announced dead. And fuck the Democrat Party. Fuck every fucking politician and every CNN and every MSNBC host and every fucking TikTok creator who's called us Nazis and white supremacists for the last 10 years. Fuck you guys, because this is your fucking fault. Alright? It's like I'm so tired of being gaslit and told that the Republican Party is the party of extremists when they do shit like this. When they do shit like this. Oh, but it was probably a Republican. Oh, well, he was like pro 2A and blah. It's like, fuck you! I'm so angry. I'm so sad and heartbroken for his wife and his children and his family. It doesn't just feel like an attack on Charlie Kirk, but on all of us, on Republicans. You know, we've been so alienated and ostracized for the last 10 years. And this is what it culminates to. political fucking violence. So all of the Democrats who are saying, you know, politicians who are giving well wishes to Charlie and saying that this political violence is vile, they're the reason for it. This is what happens when you call people Nazis and white supremacists for 15 years fucking straight. Fuck the Democrat Party.
This party is the party of domestic terrorism. That's what this is at this point. And you could say, don't group us all in together. We're not all the same. No, you absolutely are. Because if you are a leftist, you are okay with the fact that lies about our party are constantly spread and you do nothing to help us stop it. You are in bed with the people who defend criminals, who defend gang members, who defend wife beaters, who defend people who stab an innocent woman, and who defend people who shoot someone in the neck in front of thousands of college-aged kids. And if it's not you doing it, you're following someone who does. So it is an entire party problem. Not to mention the amount of lies and propaganda and media spinning that they have done for everyone to hate this man the way that they do. Has he said controversial stuff? Yes, but not enough to get him shot and leave his kids. If you don't like what someone's saying, you don't have to watch them. You can keep scrolling. You can block them for all anyone gives a shit. But we have free speech here. We can say what we want. That includes people you don't politically agree with, like Charlie Kirk. With how many events the left throws and protests the left puts together. When have you ever seen a Republican go in and shoot someone in the neck? One of your stupid little influencers. Have we ever tried to harm them? No. Destiny got accused of hitting on a minor and no one hurt him. Get your priorities straight and realize that this is a party issue. And gone are the days of us sitting idly by, waiting for the next leftist to bring out a criminal that they're obsessed with or become one. It's done.
I, not 10 minutes ago, found out some information about the shooting of Charlie Kirk at an event out in Utah. I'm not here to talk about the shooter's political affiliation. What I am here to talk about is the absolute disgusting, foul, vile things that the left is posting and saying online right now when we don't even know the status of the man. Like, we don't even know if Charlie Kirk is alive, if he's clinging to life. We don't know the status of him. And the left has the audacity to get on these phones, on these screens, and cheer or do a trending, fun little song to the fact that this happened. I'm talking, it hasn't even been I can't even say hours yet. And the left is so evil and demonic. I don't care who you vote for, but if you support the things and the narratives that these Democrats are bestowing upon y'all's party, because this isn't what the Democratic Party used to be. I don't care. This isn't what it used to be. And this is what it's become. And if you stand by that, there's no room for you at my table.
I just witnessed Charlie Kirk get assassinated. It was the most awful thing I've ever seen in my life. He shot him in the neck and blood went everywhere. And the worst part of it all was the liberals who were there were cheering. So I just have one thing to say. If you identify yourself with the Liberal Party, it's okay. You can believe what you want to believe. But if you identify yourselves with those people who were cheering and someone just got killed, I just hope you can take a look at yourself and think, is this who I really want to be? Because that is disgusting. Disgusting.
What are we doing, you guys? I'm not saying what are we doing, but I'm talking about Charlie Kirk. The person who is trying to educate a generation of people has been shot on live television. If you guys could see the stuff on X right now, at this point, the Democratic Party should be viewed as a terrorist organization. The stuff that we're seeing in this country is not normal. It is an awful video. There's no way he survived that. There's no way he survived that. The Democratic Party is a terrorist group. They are a terrorist organization.
I think this assassination, different than the assassinated attempt back in Butler, Pennsylvania, was a very well planned, very well orchestrated plot that was put in motion days before. And this individual had a plan of escape to elude detection of being up on a rooftop, and also being able to evade and elude law enforcement after that shot was taken. When you take a look at what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania, Crooks came onto the venue, he left the venue, he came back, he was questioned. I mean, it was really an amateur scenario. This assassination of Charlie Kirk, to me, is indicative of a professional hit. And I'm not so sure that we are going to quickly be able to apprehend this individual without some luck, hopefully.
When you say professional hit, what do you mean by that exactly? Do you mean one shot, one kill, escape already planned and at large? It looks clean, yes, but could this be done by anybody with any sort of basic training?
Well, when you take a look at the video and you take a look at the venue and the spectators and how close they are to Charlie Kirk, and then you have that kind of like umbrella over him, that kind of tent, you have to know that this shooter had to be perched in a position with respect to being able to lay his sights perfectly, basically a headshot. And the shot that was taken to immediately incapacitate Charlie Kirk. And so this was not some amateur who just, got up on a rooftop because it was, what I consider spontaneous combustion. He got up this morning and decided he was going to do something crazy. This seems the earmark of a professional that got up onto this rooftop well in advance of the venue being occupied by the spectators. He was clearly undetected. There was no indication that anybody saw him up on this rooftop. Obviously, after that one single shot was taken, he was able to basically very quietly and systematically elude any further detection and escape. There's been no indication that there's been a vehicle identified or any mode of how he actually escaped the venue. And so to me, this is someone who had some experience, some level of sophistication to have mapped out exactly how this was going to go down.
And we all lost, no matter what side of the political aisle you're on today, we lost something important in America today. But the case goes on, the investigation goes on. There's a lot of piecing of evidence together. We don't have a shooter tonight. We have a couple leads, a couple people that were released that probably aren't the shooter. There's a couple hot leads. There's a little bit of foreign intelligence. And I think over the next couple of days, we will learn a lot more. And hopefully we will bring to justice the evil person who did what they did to Charlie today.
Yeah, I hope so. I am hearing that they do have a couple of people of interest. That's the latest I heard from
That's correct.
Law enforcement. You're hearing the same thing.
Yeah. Again, this goes without saying that this is totally unacceptable. No matter what side of the aisle that you are on, no matter your beliefs, political, ideological, it doesn't matter. A father was taken away from his children, a husband away from his wife, a son away from his family, for no other reason than his beliefs and his rhetoric. And we really do have a party problem. We have a huge party problem, and that party is the Democratic Party. Look at the last shooting that just happened, or the one before that. What do they all have in common with the breaking news that was coming out about a possible, or I think confirmed, murder weapon found in the shooting of Charlie Kirk, where the spent cartridge was still in the rifle, found in a collection of trees, like a small wooded area, wrapped in a towel. And there were 3 other .306 rounds. This was a bolt action rifle in a top fed magazine, and each one of the cartridges had engraved in them transgender and leftist ideology, Marxist ideology. And we just saw that with the last trans shooting of the, I believe it was the church where his mother worked or used to work or something like this. And the same thing, there was inscriptions all over the magazines and the firearm itself. And we're beginning to see this trend, and we're seeing it a lot more, a whole lot more. And what's so crazy is I think there was another school incident the same day that unfortunately Charlie Kirk was assassinated. I mean, this is insane, dude. At what point do we say enough is enough? Like, the rhetoric has gone too far. It's gone way too far. This is nuts, dude. Nobody should have to lay down their life just for sharing their beliefs or be taken out in such a gruesome manner in front of thousands of kids who are now traumatized on live TV. This is insane, dude. So I just wanted to show you guys that, if you made it this far, just how disgusting the mentality of those on the left are. This is why, like, dude, you don't have to be a Republican in my eyes. I don't care what you are, but you cannot be on the left. You just can't, dude. You cannot side with this. You cannot defend this. You can't be a Democrat. You could be anything else at this point, but you can't be that. This is the side that wants nothing more than to see the country implode. I mean, you see it. You see it every day. Look at what's going on. You hear it in their rhetoric, in the way that they talk. They literally incite violence and then act surprised when things like this happen. It's ridiculous, dude. It really is. You know, thoughts and prayers for Charlie Kirk's family, because I just couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine, dude. Anyway, boys, that's all I got for you today.